नो सर, विक्ट्री को आने में टाइम लगता है.
विक्ट्री को आने में टाइम लगता है.
यस.
बट नॉट द विक्टोरियस वन ना. वो तो टाइम लगेगा ना. 12th स्टैंडर्ड को पास करने में टाइम तो लगेगा आपको.
हाँ.
बट द विक्टोरियस वन शुड बी ऑन टाइम ना. देन ओनली ही विल गेट द विक्ट्री.
ओके.
राइट. एंड
यस. राइट सर. राइट.
ठीक है. चलिए. So today we are going to start the chapter structure of atom. Nabiha, is the first chapter completed in your school? Yes, no. Nabiha?
No.
No. It is being done. Okay, fine. So in this batch, actually, the first chapter is already done. So for that first chapter, you will be having extra classes. And in the scheduled timings, that is Saturday, Sunday, 6:30 p.m., you will be having chapter 2. Okay. And once the backlog is cleared of chapter 1, then it will be, everything will be fine. There will be no extra classes. So for chapter 1, there will be extra classes. For chapter 2, you will be having the normal batch classes. Now, structure of atom. This chapter can be divided into two main topics. And these two topics are not related to each other. These are very different topics. These are not related to each other. The first topic is the discovery of subatomic particles and the Bohr model. And there are some developments which led to Bohr model. I will tag that all of those topics inside history of structure of atom. History of structure of atom. Now we have the next part of structure of atom, which is more important. This portion is a bit difficult and it is a bit lengthy also. And many things in the history of structure of atom is not related to each other. For example, the Rutherford model and the Thomson model are not related. Thomson model, Rutherford model, and Bohr's model are not related to each other. Similarly, there are some parts of the electromagnetic radiation is present in this part of history of structure of atom that is not related to the other parts. But next section that we have, the quantum mechanical model of the atom, in which we primarily learn about quantum numbers. This is very important. Okay. Usually what happens, structure of atom is a very huge chapter, and if you give it time, but some people, they skip this history of structure of atom very fastly, so it becomes very few lectures. But if I start with history of structure of atom and then I reach quantum numbers, tab tak aapko bore ho jayega. I mean, you will be done with this chapter. So, but quantum number is more important. That is why I will be starting. I'm sorry, guys. My internet got disconnected abruptly. Am I audible properly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, just a second. I'm expecting one more student, but she's not here. She is just here. Okay. So quantum number is very important, not only for this chapter, but for the rest of the chapters that we are going to. Okay. So we have, I think, Aya here. Hello. Okay. Assalamualaikum, Haya. How are you? Hello, Haya. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
How are you, Haya?
Fine, sir. I have a net issue. Maybe I could not till the end.
So you could not attend till the end. You can.
Yeah.
So the lecture is.
Yeah, I
Maybe.
have net issue. I'm not in
Okay.
my home. Sorry, sir.
Actually, you're not at your home. Not a problem. But do one thing. The lecture is being recorded, and please watch the lecture. Okay. If you get
Okay.
disconnected, then you will watch the lecture. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
No problem. Write the topic. Quantum number. And the topic quantum numbers. Okay. Haya, you joined a bit late, so I'm just telling that this is in the second chapter. So you also write the name of the chapter, that is structure of atom.
Okay, sir.
Now, whenever we say quantum numbers, then a phrase should be popping up in your mind. And that phrase is, what is quantum number? You will always relate this with address of electron. Simple word, what is quantum number? It tells you about the address of electron. Now, define quantum numbers. So please write with me the set of 4 numbers. The set of 4 numbers which gives the status of electron E negative is status of E negative is electron. Okay, status of electron, and it gives the shape, size, and orientation of electron or other way to say, and orientation of orbital. Sorry, orientation of orbital in which the electron is present. Right, next, there are 4 quantum numbers. There are 4 quantum numbers. The first quantum number is principal quantum number. It is represented as n, and sometimes I will refer this as PQ. Then we have azimuthal quantum number. Azimuthal quantum number is denoted by L, and it is AQN. Third, we have magnetic quantum number. Magnetic quantum number, it is denoted by M. Sometimes it is also in your textbook, if you see in NCERT, it is denoted by M, and then there is a subscript of L. Okay, so, but we will represent it by M. And if you represent it by M in the board examination or if your class 11th school examination, then also it is not going to be any difficult. Okay, it is not going to be anything bad. Magnetic quantum number, and I will sometimes refer this to as MQN. Then we have at last the spin quantum number, and it tells you about we denote it by S, and sometimes I will refer this as SQN. So each of the 4 quantum numbers, they represent something. Okay, they represent something, and overall, when I have all the 4 quantum numbers, it tells me about the address of electron. It tells me about the address of electron. Now, before understanding the format of address, we have to actually understand the electronic world, right? So if I say, for example, the address, if you write it in India, okay. So in India, you will need some kind of PIN code, right? There is a PIN code that is required in India. What do you guys require in Saudi? If you want to post something, then each district we have, or what do we have? In Saudi, what do we have? Abdullah, tell me. When we have to post something to a particular address, then in Saudi, how do you write the address? Is there some zip code or PIN code? Okay, you have zip code, right? So in India, you have PIN code. So in order to understand the address, first of all, you have to understand the format of that particular word. So in India, if I talk about the address and those things, then it has a different format. In Saudi, we have a different format. And if we have to understand the address of electron, then we have to understand the electronic world, right? And we will relate the electronic world as our world also. From our world also, we will have different kinds of analogy there. Okay. So first of all, right, the concept of orbit or shell. Concept of orbit or shell. Now, this concept of orbit or shell, you have already seen this in your previous classes also. It's not something new, but we can define it in a new way. What is this? Please write. The non-radiating circular path around the nucleus in which the electron moves is called orbit. Okay, it's called orbit. It is denoted by you have seen this K shell, L shell, M, N, O, and so on, right? K, L, M, N, O, and so on. These are what? Orbit or shells. Now, it is also denoted by, please write, it is also denoted by numbers. First shell, second shell, third shell, fourth shell, and so on. Okay. Now, there is a word in this which is new for you, that is non-radiating. Non-radiating simply means if an electron is moving around this particular orbit, and if it is on this orbit, then it is not going to lose any energy. If something is losing energy, they will radiate some kind of energy, and that is why they will be losing energy. If they are not radiating anything, if the energy is not going anywhere else, that means all the energy is conserved and it is present in the same electron. So in these orbits, these are such orbits which are non-radiating, and if it is present in a particular orbit, it is not going to lose any energy. Non-radiating means only this much. The next 2 points, you have already seen this in your lower standard. It is denoted by KLMNO, and it is also denoted by numbers. All of you are done writing this? Yes or no? Please tell me. Abdullah, Haya, Martin, Yasir, Nabiha, Siddiqa. Done? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, fine, very good. Now, right next. Now, when we talk about orbit, then you can say that orbit in our world is similar to the path that we have, right? Lane or street number this much, right? So all of these things, you can have an analogy for orbit. Right next. Right next, the concept of suborbit or subshell. Concept of suborbit or subshell. Okay, suborbit or subshell. Very simply, what is suborbit or subshell? In the orbit, we have smaller regions. Those are known as suborbit or subshell. Okay, so please write every orbit consists of smaller regions called suborbit or subshell. Suborbit or subshell. Okay. Now a question for you guys is, if you are already on a lane of your friend, okay, you are meeting, you're going his home or her home for the first time, and you're already on the street. So what will you ask him? Tell me, what will you ask him? If you want to locate their house, what will you ask him or her? You will, what will you ask, Martin? Address. Okay, building number is okay. Have the address. Maybe you have the building number also. But let us suppose that building numbers are not clearly written. Then what will you ask? I don't know how Saudi is built, but in India, you can ask the color of the house, right? Yes or no? Picture, color of the house would work, right? Yes, yes, Abdullah. Color of the house is going to work. But in the electronic world, we are going to ask the shape. Okay. So we have subshells. Subshells are now what? Subshells are different buildings. Okay. Subshells are different buildings. And as in our world, we have different colors of building. In the electronic world, the buildings, that is suborbit or subshell, they have different shapes. So they have a name. Then they also have shape. Wait a second. They have name, they have shape, and they have the maximum number of electrons. Maximum number of electrons that these particular subshells can hold. These particular subshells can hold. So first we have orbit, that is the lane or the streets of our world, and suborbit or subshell, these are houses. And for houses, we ask color, but in the electronic world, what are we going to ask? Tell me. What are we going to ask in the electronic world? Tell me.
Shape.
Or sub. Very good. We are going to ask the shape. Different houses in the electronic world, they have different shapes. Now, the name of the subshells are S, P, D, and F. Okay. And S, P, D, and F, these can be what? These are the suborbit or subshells that you have to learn in detail. And not F1, but you have to know a fair bit of amount of F subshell also. But till D, you have to learn it in detail. And then you have S, P, D, F. There is G subshell, there is H subshell. So we can talk about them a bit later in the classes. Okay? Not right. S, P, D, F. Now, what are the shapes? The shape of S subshell is spherical. And it is like this. Now, this circular or the spherical part, this is known as lobe. This is known as lobe. And a fair bit of lobe that you all have is the ear lobes, right? So this structure does not really look like ear lobe, but when I draw the P subshell, that is dumbbell shape. Then this part fairly looks like ear lobes. Okay. So how many lobes? Please answer, guys. Okay, I'm not seeing many people answer, and those who are having a bit difficulty with other answer. Okay. Wrong or right, it doesn't matter right now. You are very small right now. आप अभी बस 11th standard में आए हैं. I understand what was the level of 10th and what is the level of 11. So please, Haya, Nabiha, Siddiqa, Yasir. Okay, Afnan is here. Assalamu alaikum, Afnan. How are you, Afnan? Assalamu alaikum, Afnan. Am I audible? How are you? Can you please turn your mic on, Afnan? Can you turn your mic on? No. Okay. Afnan, you are saying you are fine, but in reality, actually you have to bring a new. Oh, sorry, I forgot. But in reality, you're not fine. You are late to the class. What happened? Why are you late? You're quite late. Try to be on time. Okay. Now, Haya, Nabiha, and everyone, please answer. How many lobes do we have in the S subshell? How many lobes can you see in the S subshell?
1.
1. Okay. What about others? Yasir, tell me. Martin, tell me. Harsha, tell me. Haya, Nabiha.
1.
All of you can see 1 lobe, right? Yes or no? What about Kashif? Okay. How many lobes in the P subshell? How many lobes in the P subshell?
2.
2 lobes. Very good. 2 lobes. Okay. Now, the D subshell is double dumbbell. And it has 1, 2, 3, and 4 lobes. Okay. How many lobes does the D subshell has? Tell me.
4.
4. Okay. Now, how many lobes will the F subshell have?
5.
9. 9. Pattern dekhiye. Here we have number of lobes is equal to 1. Here we have number of lobes is equal to 2. Number of lobes here is equal to 4. Now the F subshell will have how many lobes? Yeah, very good. Okay. नहीं, अफनान 6 नहीं हो सकता है because 1 to 2 में plus 2 नहीं हो रहा, 1 to 2 में into 2 हो रहा है, right? If you look at the pattern, it is into 2, and then into 2 again. So F subshell has a complex structure. We don't have to learn the structure of this. वो या आपको पढ़ना नहीं रहता, इस वजह से कॉम्प्लेक्स लिखा जाता है, वरना इसका भी स्ट्रक्चर होता है, ठीक है? But since you don't have to learn it, we'll write it complex. Then we have number of lobes. This will be equal to how much? N is equal to 8. Now, if I write about the G subshell, then it is also going to be complex. You don't have to learn it, but the number of lobes will be equal to how much? Tell me, guys.
16.
16. Very good. Okay, 16. Now, another very important thing in the 11th and 12th standard is pattern recognition. ठीक है? तो जो आप लोगों को recognize करना है यहाँ पे क्या है? You have to also keep your brains very active. You have to look for patterns and recognize the patterns. Similarly, when we talk about the maximum number of electrons in the S subshell can maximum hold 2 electrons. Okay. Then, just a second, can maximum hold 2 electrons. The P subshell can maximum hold 6 electrons. Okay. Now, the D subshell can hold 10 electrons. Tell me how many electrons can the F subshell hold? Can you tell me in the chat, please? Don't turn your mic on. Tell me in the chat how many electrons can the F subshell hold? Okay, Afnan correct, Siddiqa correct, Kashif correct. Yasif, try once again. Look at the pattern. And I think Nabiha, it is okay. Nabiha, try once again. Look at the pattern. Yes, Yasir correct. Harsha correct, very good. Nabiha, एक बार फिर से pattern देखिए. Look at the pattern, what is happening from 2 to 6 to 6 to 4. Haya, did you answer? Haya? Haya ने नहीं answer किया. Haya, can you turn your mic on? What happened? Yes, Haya. Haya, am I audible? What pattern do you see? Tell me. Why you are turning your mic on and then again turning it off, Haya? Is there noise? Okay. Nabiha, did you try again? Nabiha, tell me. Nabiha, can you please turn your mic on? Yes, Nabiha, can you please turn your mic on?
Yes.
जी, बताइए. What pattern do you see? Sorry?
I can't get it.
नहीं, हम वो नहीं पढ़ रहे हैं आपको. You understand what is the meaning of pattern, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So devise a pattern, no? अच्छा, ये आपको पता चला था 1, then 2 lobes, then 4 lobes, then 8 lobes, and then 16 lobes. You did that, right? Yes or no, Nabiha?
Yes.
ठीक है. Similarly, like between 2 and 6, what kind of relationships can you have? I can multiply by 3 and I can get 6, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
But if I want to have the same pattern, then 6 into 3, then I should be having 18 electrons in the d subshell, right, Nabiha?
Yes.
But do we have 18 electrons in the d subshell? No, no. So that means into 3 is the wrong pattern, correct?
Yes.
So what else can we have? Tell me. From if I want to go from 2 to 6, what should I do? Tell me. You can think about addition and subtractions also. No?
+3.
Plus 3 कैसे?
Plus
भाई,
three.
plus 3. 2 plus 3 is equal to how much?
+4.
हाँ, plus 4. क्या हुआ? बहुत प्रेशर है क्या आप पे? Yeah. What should I repeat? I don't know when it got disconnected. I have to do plus 4, right? And if I do plus 4 once again, I'm getting the pattern. Yes or no? Please tell me. Nabiha, am I getting the pattern?
Yes, sir.
So I will add again once more plus 4, right?
Yes.
So 14 electrons. How many in the G subshell?
18.
18 electrons. All of you understood this? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
The maximum number of electrons. Okay, easy.
Yes.
Right next. Right next. Concept of orbital. Concept of orbital. Now, you are in the building. Okay, you're already in the building of your friend. You ask what is the shape of the building, and then you enter the building. Now, each building will have different floors. So if they have not given you the floor, then what are you going to do? You are going to ask the floor. Similarly, we have floors in each what? Each building will have what? Floors. Similarly, each subshell will have orbitals. Each building will have different floors, and each subshell will have what? Different orbitals. So please write every subshell is further composed of various smaller regions called orbital. Okay, various small regions called orbital. Now, this is the statement regarding when we are talking in the context of quantum numbers and orbital, orbit, suborbit, and orbital. But in general, when they ask what is orbital, and if they ask you in the school, then you will write the region or space around the nucleus. Please write the region or space around nucleus or space around nucleus where the probability of finding electron is maximum. Finding electron is maximum. Just give me a minute. I have to plug my laptop in charge. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So when you have to visit a friend, first of all, you will ask if you are in the same city, then you will be asking what street does he live in, right? What is the street number or something, right? Then you will ask about the building. Then you will ask about the floor or the apartment. Now, street number in the electronic world, what is the street number? How do we represent the street number? What is the word for street number in electronic world? Tell me, guys. What is the street number, lane number? Yes, Harsha?
Orbit, sir.
Very good. It is orbit. What about others? What happened? Okay, I got some answers. Not the name. It is the orbit, na Kashif? Similarly, when we talk about building, then in the no, not orbital. Orbit, Kashif, orbit. Circular orbit hota hai na? The non-radiating circular path. So ये path से कम से कम याद कर लीजिए that it is orbit. Street number, path number, right? So it is orbit. Okay. And when we want to talk about the building number, then sorry, stair. Shape. Yeah, shape. But what is the concept? The concept is what? It is suborbit or subshell, right? We will ask this shape, but what will be the answer? Answer we will be getting as the subshell. Okay. Okay. And for apartment, it is orbit. So each orbit consists some subshell. Each subshell contains some orbitals. Is this clear? Yes or no? Please tell me, all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Easy. Okay. Now, once we understand the electronic world, we can now talk about the address. Okay. So in address, we will first of all learn about what? Tell me, what is the first quantum number that we will learn about? What is the first quantum number?
Principal quantum number.
Very good. We have principal quantum number. Principal quantum number. Principal quantum number is represented by what letter? It is tell me, it is denoted by what letter?
P.
No, लिखाया है ना, small n, lower case n. See? कहाँ ध्यान है आप लोग का? Bracket में n, right? Okay. Now next thing, we will also call sometimes peak. है ना? So क्या बोल सकते हैं हम? कभी-कभी peak where से refer करें. Now, principal quantum number, it will tell you either about the street number or the building number or the apartment number. है ना? But principal quantum number, it tells you about the idea of orbit in which the electron is present. Please, right? It gives the idea about the orbit in which electron is present. Okay. Now, once you know about the orbit or the shell number, that means you also know what is the distance between the nucleus and the shell number. Nucleus and the electron. Because if the electron is in the third shell, that means it has some distance. In the second shell, it will have another distance, right? So it right next, it gives the idea about average distance between nucleus and electron. Nucleus and electron. Now, you will learn a bit later on. See, when we have positive charge here and when we have negative charge, electron is negatively charged, and when we have negatively charged electrons here, there will be some kind of attraction. And whenever there is an attraction or repulsion, there is some kind of energy involved. Okay, so it indirectly also gives idea about, please write, it gives the energy of electron present in an orbit. At last, it gives the idea about idea of size of orbit. So obviously, first orbit will be smaller than the second orbit will be smaller than the third orbit. So these are the information that the principal quantum number gives. But the most important thing about principal quantum number that you can remember and that you can learn is the values of PQN. Okay, what are the values of PQN which are allowed? So each quantum number will have some allowed values. And in this case, the value of principal quantum number, it will start from 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So it is always a whole number. It is not whole number, it is always a natural number. Achha, any idea what is natural number and whole number? What is the difference between natural numbers and whole number?
Whole number is like with
Whole number
is with 0 and
is with zero.
natural number.
Yeah, very good. So, I mean, natural numbers is quite natural. If you look at your surroundings, you cannot count 0. Yes or no? Right? For example, naturally, if you think like the first time people started counting, they will be starting counting with their hands. So evidently, they will start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. That is why these numbers are known as natural numbers. They came naturally. And that is why the invention of 0 was so crucial for maths, and Aryabhatta has been so much honored. And if you see that 1 to 9, these are the digits, right? And Aryabhatta, we don't know who got these digits because these were natural. Okay, different civilization and different people from all over the world, they had their natural numbers, but the concept of 0 was born in India and by Aryabhatta, and that is why it is such a revolutionary idea that no one else had, and that is very unnatural number 0. Kuch nahi ka concept pehle tha hi nahi. Okay, we did not have anything, we did not know anything about what is kuch nahi. Okay, to give that a number, it was very revolutionary. That is why. So natural numbers starts with 1, 2 because it is very natural, and then we have from 0 whole numbers. So principal quantum numbers can only be natural numbers starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Right, next. Principal quantum number can never be less than 1. It can never be less than 1. Right, next, the azimuthal quantum number. Okay, tell me, azimuthal quantum number is denoted by which letter?
L.
Very good, L. Azimuthal quantum number, it is denoted by L. Sometimes we will call this AQN. Please write, it gives the idea of subshell in a given shell. Okay. So we cannot talk about azimuthal quantum number. Now we cannot talk about subshell until and unless we have the information of shell. Can all of you understood this point? Yes or no, please tell me. We can never talk about subshell until and unless we have the information of shell. Is this understood? Yes or no, please tell me.
Yes, sir.
है ना? आपसे आपका दोस्त फोन करके बोल रहा है लाल वाली बिल्डिंग में आ जा, है ना? Please come to the red building. But you will ask what? अरे भाई street number तो बताओ, ठीक है? If you are talking about a subshell, that means you should have the information of shell. Number of subshell or Kashif, it will be much better if you can turn the mic on and ask the doubt. Yes, Kashif. एक मिनट, okay, एक मिनट. He's saying the idea meaning. Idea का मतलब होता है कि कौन सा सबशेल है, S है, P है, क्या है, azimuthal quantum number, उसके बारे में बताता हूँ. Okay, it gives what subshell it is. Understood? Okay. Now, next thing is that for a given value of PQN, please write. Mic is glitching. Okay, no problem. Now, next thing is that what are the allowed values of azimuthal quantum number? Now, shell की information देता है कौन? It is given by the principal quantum number. And the information of subshell is given by azimuthal quantum number. That means we cannot talk about azimuthal quantum number until and unless we know the principal quantum number. Is this also understood? Yes or no? Please tell me. All of you. Martin, Afnan, Yasir, Nabiha, Siddiqa, and Harsha. All of you understood this?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. We cannot talk about azimuthal quantum number until and unless we have the information of principal quantum. And if you're talking about the allowed values of azimuthal quantum number, then I have to say for a given value of PQN of principal quantum number, let us suppose they have given with n the value of azimuthal quantum number, that is L, lie from 0 to n minus 1. इसको लिख लीजिए प्लीज, then I will make you understand this. ठीक है, पहले इस पॉइंट को लिख लीजिए. And simply speaking, we can write L is equal to 0, that is 0, to n minus 1. All of you wrote this, yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no. In the site, you will write subshell, and then you will write AQN. That is the L. So if you have S, you have S subshell, P subshell, D subshell, F subshell, and so on, right? G भी लिख लीजिए, H भी आ जाएगा. The azimuthal quantum number for S subshell is 0, for P 1, for D it is 2, F के लिए 3, and G के लिए 4, H के लिए 5, and so on. Okay. All of you wrote this much, yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very good. Now, please don't write anything. Keep your pen aside. I will ask you questions. Okay. Please see. For n is equal to 1. That means we are in first shell. Azimuthal quantum number, that is the value of L, will be equal to 0 to n minus 1. Correct? Yes or no? Please tell me. Okay. What is the value of n? What is the value of n? What is the value of n? N. What is the value of n? 1. So it will be 1 minus 1. So what I can write? 0 to 0. That means it is equal to how much? 0, yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
That means which subshell it is? If we are
Yes.
getting L is equal. All of you understood? That means we
Yes,
can write in the
Yes, sir.
first shell, we only have the S subshell. All of you understood this? Yes or no? Please tell me. तुमको समझ में आ गई बात?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, चलिए. Tell me for the. एक चीज हम ना आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे. आप लोगों को पहला वाला बहुत आसान लगा होगा. आप लोग ना सेकंड वाले में बहुत जल्दी करने की कोशिश कीजिएगा, प्लीज डोंट हरी नाउ, ठीक है? अभी अगर गलती करिएगा ना आप कुछ, if you're doing any mistake right now, that mistake will be stuck in your brain. Okay, so I will suggest that I will write for n is equal to 2, you will write aqn is equal to 0 to n minus 1, then you will plug in the value of n as 2, then you will do 2 minus 1, and then you will do everything there like that. Okay, हड़बड़ाने की प्लीज कोई जरूरत नहीं है, अभी आराम आराम से कीजिए, ठीक है? So please tell me for n is equal to 2, है ना, and do the same exercise, ये सारी चीजें, and tell me what are the subshells that we have in the second shell. And once you are done, you will send the answer to me on this number.
Till
Okay.
4.
Sorry?
Till 4.
नहीं, अब n is equal to 2 के लिए कीजिए ना एटलीस्ट, पर n is equal to 2. हाँ करेक्ट काशिफ, सही है. Please send me Kashif, but on whatever you have done on this number on WhatsApp, click a photo and send it to me. Okay, so Dika sent me. नहीं, सिद्धिका 0 to 1 में क्या होगा, 0,1 हो जाएगा ना. Yes, Siddhika.
Yes, sir.
What did you get? You got 0 to 1, na?
Yes.
So you have 0 and 1, both of them, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it will be 0 and 1. Not you have written only 1. Got it?
Yes.
And then what you will write for the second subshell, or in the second subshell, or in the second shell, we have what subshells?
Should I send this in chat?
Yeah. नबीहा आपको आ रहा है? Yes, Nabīha.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about Harsha?
I got it, sir.
Got it? Okay, great. Sadika, yes, correct. समझ में आ रहा है आपको हर्षा?
Yes, sir.
Martin has sent an answer. See Martin. Yes. So further, what we will write? What are the subshells that we have, Martin?
Yes, sir.
What are the subshells do we have? What subshells do we have?
P.
And anything else? Only P.
S and P.
S and P. Very good. In Nabiha, did you get S and P? Yes, Nabiha. What about Yasir? Ji, Nabiha, tell me.
Yes, sir. I got S&P.
SNP. So n is equal to what did you write? You did not send me on this number. Can you send whatever you have done on this number?
I don't have WhatsApp.
I mean, your parents would have, no?
Yeah.
Send it from their phone. Okay, this is Kashif, I guess, right? Kashif?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, that is good. S&P subshell, very good. Thank you very much. Walaikum assalam. And okay, just waiting for Nabiha. Okay, Nabiha, please send me. I mean, I want to see at least like how you write, what is your handwriting and everything. That is why I asked you. Afnan, आप भी भेज दीजिए. Afnan, do you not have any phone? You do, na? Whatever you have done, you have calculated, ma? Yes or no? Afnan, you calculated, right? AQN is equal to 0 to n minus 1, 0 to 2 minus 1, 0 to 1 is equal to 0 and 1 in the second section. You must have written, no? Yeah, that exercise only. This much. Not for n is equal to 2, you have to send. Okay? For n is equal to 2. हाँ भाई, right now, Afnan, right now. Is there some difficulty, Afnan? Saddika ne please. Yeah, almost everyone has sent me. No, please send me, okay? Even though I am doing it right now, but please send me. I want to see. So I can write L is equal to 0 to n minus 1, 0 to 2 minus 1. It is equal to 0 to 1. And that is why 0 will be for S subshell, 1 will be for the P subshell. In second shell, S and P subshells are possible. And this will be 2S and 2P. 2S means the S subshell of the second shell and 2P. 2P means the P subshell of the second shell. Similarly, for n is equal to 3, I think you got the idea. Nabiha, what happened? Nabiha ne nahi bheja, Afnan ne nahi bheja. Okay, Nabiha, can you tell me for this L is equal to? Yes, Nabiha. Others, please do. Nabiha, L will be equal to how much? Nabiha, are you not in the class? Okay. Those who got the answer for n is equal to 3, what will be the values of L? Please send me on my Zoom chat itself. What will be the values of L? Afnan, I hope you are making notes because आप जिस तरह से late कर रहे हैं ना, it seems like you are not making notes. Also, like Abdullah, the way you have sent me the paper, I mean the answer, are you making notes, Abdullah?
Yes, sir.
No, you're writing things down, right? Nabiha and Afnan are not answering right now. Okay. What about Siddika, Harsha? What are the values of L? Yes, Harsha, very good. Correct, very good. Siddika, what are the values of L? Send me in Zoom chat itself. No need to send on WhatsApp now. Okay. Siddika, can you tell me what did you do? L is equal to, turn your mic on. Yes. Siddika, turn your mic on. L is equal to? Yeah.
0 to n minus 1, n being 3.
Very good. 0 to 3 minus 1.
3 minus 1.
That will mean 0 to?
0 to 2.
2. That means 0 to 2 means 0, 1 and 2, right?
Okay, yes, sir.
ठीक है, तो 0 का क्या मतलब हुआ? Which subshell? 0 means S.
Subshell.
And since it is the third shell, it will be 3S. 1 means 3P.
The P 3P.
And 2 means?
3D.
Very good, 3D. Okay, very good. Now, for n is equal to 4, please tell me, all of you. Now, you don't need to calculate anything. You just need to look at the pattern. अच्छा अच्छा, ओके ओके काश, ओके, या Kashif, this is for which shell? The current answer that you have written? Yes, Siddika, correct, very good. Abdullah, I think Harsha, correct, very good. Kashif, I think you need to change the answer. Please look at the shell number and look at the value of n that you have written. I think, Yasir, what about you? I'm not getting any answers from you. What happened, Yasir? Yasir? Yep, now it is correct. I hope you understood the previous mistake. I understand that. Yes, Yasir, very good, correct. So for n is equal to 4, you will have 4s, 4p, 4d, and 4f. Okay, I think all of you got this. Nabiha and Afnan, I'm not getting any answers from you guys still. What happened? I think you guys are not here. Okay. You cannot spend all the time, no? Chali. No. Yes, Afnan, tell me what happened. No. Do one thing. Save this. Can you send some text to yourself? You must have a group or something, na, in which you are only present, and then you send some text, है ना? कोई रिस्की टेस्ट भेजना होगा तो पहले अपने आप को भेजते होंगे, उसको 2 बार पढ़ते होंगे, right? So send this number +917530998007 to yourself, and then this number will appear in blue. Click on that blue number, and then they will WhatsApp will say chat with 7530998007. Then chat with that, and then you can save my number. ठीक है? कभी-कभी WhatsApp लोड नहीं लेता है कॉन्टैक्ट से, ठीक है? चलिए, अफनान का तो मसला समझ में आ गया. What happened, Nabiha? Nabiha is not answering anything.
Sir, sending.
अरे नबिहा, लेकिन इतनी देर से हम इतनी, अब ये सारी चीजें आपको समझ में आई नबिहा? For n is equal to 3, for n is equal to 4.
Yes, sir.
लेकिन हम इतनी देर से आपको आवाज दे रहे थे, आपको हाँ ना कुछ तो बोलना चाहिए था ना. What happened?
I was trying to add that number in contact.
So you're trying to add that number in contact. Sure, no problem. All of you, you wrote this down, Afnan and Nabiha?
Yes, sir, I wrote it.
Okay. You understood it also? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, understood.
चलिए, ठीक है. Now, let us see. Let us do a question. Please write. Which of the following set of quantum numbers are not possible? Write A. N is equal to 1, comma, L is equal to 1. B. N is equal to 2, comma, L is equal to 1. C. N is equal to 2, L is equal to 3. D. N is equal to 4, L is equal to 1. Now, raise your hand if you don't know how to do this question. Afnan, I got nice handwriting, Afnan. Really like it. Raise your hand if you don't know how to do this question. Okay, when we have N and L, na, there is only one criteria that you have to look for. What is that criteria? ठीक है. There is one more which is not possible. I think there is one more which is not possible. Please see. Yeah, Afnan and Siddika, you got the right answer. ठीक है, एक तो वो तो सही है. Yes, Harsha, correct, very good. Harsha got both of those. What happened to Kashif and Yasir? Kashif and Yasir, do you understand this question? सवाल समझ में आ रहा है आपको? Yasir, अच्छा, fine, no problem. Nabiha, what about you? Can you understand the question? Yes, Siddika, correct. Yes, Nabiha,
Yes.
you understand the question?
Yes.
You can do the question?
Yes.
Okay, fine. No problem. ठीक है. Yasir, when we have been given the values of n and l, then you have to see are these values possible. So look for n is n is equal to 1 possible or not? You think that n is equal to 2 possible नहीं वो सोचिए आप. N is equal to 2, n is equal to 4. Are these n possible or not? Okay. First of all, you look at the principal quantum number. Then you look at the azimuthal quantum number for the given l. Okay. So for example, if you look at the values of L is either the maximum L that you can have is equal to what? The maximum L that you can have. What's the maximum value of L? It will be equal to n minus 1. Yasir, sahi hai? Yes or no? Please tell me. Is this correct? Yasir? है ना? That means we can say that n will be always greater than L. Correct? सही है यासिर? And I hope you understand that if the maximum value of L is n minus 1, then L will be always smaller than n. है ना? ठीक है, तो अब यहाँ पे देखिए where is this condition fulfilled? जहां पे n is greater than L, that is possible, and if n is not greater than L, then it is not possible. As simple as that. Okay, so I hope this is clear for everyone. Now please, I need answers from everyone. Look at the values of n and L, and wherever you see n is not greater than L, if it is not greater than L, those values are not possible. Yes, very good. Very good. Kashif, correct है. Guys, you can now answer in my Zoom chat also. Yes, Martin, correct. There is one more Martin. एक और है Martin, which is not correct, which is not possible. See here, guys, it was in the plain sight and you cannot see. Yasir, what about you? अच्छा प्लीज देखिए जिन का माइक काम नहीं कर रहा ना, प्लीज माइक ऑन माइक ठीक करा, ये बहुत ही ज्यादा टाइम चला जाता है ये पूछने में, फिर चैट में आप लोग जब लिखते हैं. ठीक है, इफ यू डोंट हैव द माइक, इफ यू डोंट हैव द राइट माइक, प्लीज गेट इट. ठीक है, प्लीज उसको खरीद लीजिए, कोई अच्छा माइक ले लीजिए या फिर किसी और डिवाइस से आइए. ठीक है, नबीहा, व्हाट हैपेंड? Can you guys please answer quickly at least? This really frustrates me. Nabiha, you're not in the class or what?
Yes.
You're in the class, now. So why don't you answer me quickly? Did you get the answer for this one, Nabiha?
Yes.
What is the answer?
N is greater than N.
This is your answer.
Yes.
What is the question saying? Tell me.
Which of the following set of Q and are not possible?
Okay. What is QN?
Quantum number.
Okay. So which ka matlab you have to choose one of the option. What are the options, Nabiha?
N equals to 1, L equals to
So you
1.
have, okay, fine. So you have to choose one of these, right? You have to choose something from this A, B, C, D, correct?
Yes.
And what was your answer, Nabiha?
D.
Nabiha? B. Nabiha, you're not in the class. Okay. I can accurately say that you're not in the class. You're right. Either you are distracted somewhere else. Okay. So if you're distracted, please get away from the distraction. And if you're not distracted and there is some issue with your connectivity, then please let me know. Because आप सुन नहीं रही हैं बात. You're not listening to my words. Yeah, sir. Please see this condition ना. आप एक बार फिर से देखिए आपने क्या आंसर किया है. Yeah, sir. Please look at it once again. What you guys are lacking is just concentration. और कुछ नहीं lack कर रहे हैं आप लोग. ठीक है? All of you know what is greater than sign, what is smaller than sign. Everyone knows that. You're either not looking at the options correctly, or you're not paying concentration while you're studying. I mean, ये छोटी सी चीज n is greater than L. हाँ, correct, yeah, sir. Nabiha, distraction हट गया, or do you still have the distraction right now?
No, sir.
You don't have any distraction?
Yes.
ठीक है. What do you understand by this? Can you tell me? This part?
L equals to N minus 1.
No, it is not L equal to N minus 1, it is something else. It is maximum value of L, no? Maximum is also there, no, Nabiha? You can see this part, right, Nabiha? Yes or no, Nabiha? Can you see this part, maximum?
Yes.
Okay. The only thing that I require, Nabiha, is to let you answer yes, sir, no, sir, A option, B option, that's it. Okay. And most of the things that I will be asking will be present in the board itself. So what I need from you and everyone is a bit of concentration. When I ask something, look at the board and say it. Okay. So have a bit of concentration. थोड़ा focus तो दीजिए. ठीक है? It requires a bit of focus. These things are very easy. Now, what is the maximum value of L? Tell me, Nabiha. What is the maximum value of L?
N minus 1.
N minus 1. Okay. That means if I have the value of L as 2, then N should be how much? This is L. And what should be the value of N? At least, what should be the value of N?
One.
Try once again. Plug in the value and tell me. You have this linear equation, ना? यहाँ पे आपने L को put किया and you will get the value of N, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So what is the value of N that you are getting? Tell me.
Two minus,
Yes, Nabiha. Sorry.
2 minus 1.
Okay. That means your linear equation in one variable is not very good, right? You had problems in linear equation in one variable. Nabiha, tell me. थोड़ा सा दिक्कत होता था.
Yeah.
ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. ठीक है, then I understand it. ठीक है ना? It is either बस यही हो सकता है, nothing else. ठीक है, no problem in that. We will have a class tomorrow. ठीक है, उसमें basic maths जो है ना उसको हम clear कर देंगे इंशाल्लाह. ठीक है, don't worry. So actually देखिए मैथ्स में जो लोग डर जाते हैं थोड़ा सा उनसे छोटी छोटी ये देखिए कितना किस तरह का मिस्टेक हुआ है आपसे नबीहा. I gave you the value of L is equal to how much? 2. I asked what is the value of N. You had the equation L is equal to N minus 1. L को आप 2 रखिएगा ना. This is equal to N minus 1. then -1 will go on the left hand side, it will become +1. So n will be equal to how much? -1 got there, and it is equal to 2 + 1, that is equal to 3. So the minimum value of n should be 3 when L is equal to 2. Okay. And in general, what I can say, n should be always greater than L. Now, if I look at the first case, is n greater than L? Yes or no? Tell me. Is n greater than L, Nabiha?
Yes.
What is the value of n in the A case? What is the value of n?
1.
What is the value of L?
1.
Is n greater than L?
No.
Okay. So tell me, Nabiha, did I ask anything very tough, or did I ask smaller than, greater than, जो कि एक 8 class का बच्चा भी बता सकता है, if they are having some concentration. So what I really feel is that you have some distraction around. Okay. So whatever the distraction is, please get rid of that. You said na n is greater than L in the A case. Yes or no, Nabiha?
I said D.
You said no. I asked you, is n greater than L in A case? I did not ask you that. You did not hear that. Okay, no problem. So is this possible or not possible? Is A possible or not possible? Tell me.
Not possible.
Very good. What about B, possible or not possible?
Possible.
What about C, possible or not possible?
Not possible.
What about D, possible or not possible?
Possible.
So what were you saying? You said D.
Because it was possible.
What is the question asking?
Not possible.
A bit of concentration, okay, Nabiha? And like also try to answer whatever the question is answering. Question is asking, right? If the question is asking not possible, then try to answer. अगर आप D बोलिएगा तो हम क्या समझें? You are answering this question, and this question is asking not possible. I will obviously say that you are answering wrong. Okay, so a bit of concentration. Moving on. Please write a note. Once you know about the azimuthal quantum number, that means you know whether it is S subshell, P subshell, D subshell, or F subshell. That means you also know what is the shape of the subshell. Okay, so please write AQN also tells about the shape of subshell. Shape of subshell. Okay, write the next one. Magnetic quantum number. Magnetic quantum number is represented by, tell me guys.
M.
Very good. And sometimes I will call this as MQN. Yes, Kashif, correctly. Please write next. It gives the idea of, it gives the idea of orbitals in a given, orbitals in a given subshell. Okay, now orbitals, it is given by the magnetic quantum number. Subshell is given by which quantum number? Tell me. Subshell is given by which quantum number? Subshell is given by which quantum number? Sorry, Kashif, nahi आवाज आ रही है आपकी. Subshell is given by which quantum number? Yeah, very azimuthal quantum number. That means we cannot talk about the magnetic quantum number until and unless we have the information of azimuthal quantum number. Okay, so we'll write is right for a given azimuthal quantum number, that is L, the value of magnetic quantum number M lying from minus L to plus L. Okay, minus L to plus L. Now, then write again. the number of orbitals, is equal to not the magnetic quantum number, but the number of values of magnetic quantum number is equal to the number of values of M. Please write these things down, then I will explain. Let me know once you're done, guys.
Answer.
Okay. Okay. Now, please write number 1, S subshell. For S subshell. Okay, yes, for S subshell, what is the value of L? Tell me, guys. What is the value of L?
0.
0. Okay, that means M will be equal to minus L to plus L. Now, minus 0 to plus 0, kuch hota nahi, minus plus 0, that is equal to 0. Right? Yes or no? Please tell me. Correct? Hai?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, how many, please tell me, how many values of M did we get? Tell me, guys. How many values of M?
1.
How many values of N?
1.
Please answer. Okay. Please answer in my chat. No? How many values of M? All of you. Afnan, Yasir, Nabiha, Siddiqa, Harsha, Martin, everyone. How many values of M did we get? How many values of M? Yeah, answer in chat. Answer in chat, Martin. How many values of M? I have not got the answer from Afnan, Yasir, and Nabiha. Okay, Yasir. Afnan, okay. I have not got any answer from Nabiha. How many values of M, Nabiha? Okay. There's only one person who answered 0. And Yasir, please listen to my question. I can ask 2 questions. First is, what is the value of M? Yasir, tell me, what is the value of M? What is the value of M? And how many values of M are there? How many values of M we have? Tell me, Yasir. You understood the difference? Yes or no? Yasir, tell me. Okay, no doubt. I hope there is no doubt. Okay. And since we have how many values of M? We have 1 value of M. That means how many orbitals? We have 1 orbital. So S subshell has only how many orbitals? It has only 1 orbital. Similarly, we will do the same exercise for P subshell. What is the value of L in P subshell? L is equal to
1.
1. So M will be equal to minus L to plus L. Okay? That means it is equal to -1 to +1. What are the numbers between -1 to +1? -1, 0, and +1. Tell me the number of orbitals. In the chat, please. How many orbitals do we have? Oh, Afnan, what happened? No. Yasir and wait a second. Afnan and Yasir. Yeah. Okay, Harsha correct. Siddiqa correct. Yasir and Kashif, please change your answers. No. -1 to +1. -1 to +1. Yasir, I think you need to change the answer. Yes, Nabiha, correct. Very good, Nabiha. Okay. Similarly, do the same exercise and tell me the number of orbitals in for D subshell. I want the number of orbitals in the D subshell. And then the F subshell. ठीक है, दोनों करके खत्म करते हैं क्लास को। यस सिद्दीका करेक्ट, वेरी गुड। Yes, Kashif, very good, correct. Harsha, correct, very good. Yes, Siddika, correct, very good. Yasir, correct, very good for the D subshell. Martin, no, D subshell में फिर please recalculate Martin D subshell or send me whatever you have done on my WhatsApp. Afnan ने आंसर नहीं किया ना, I think. No, Afnan has not answered. Yes, Nabiha, very good for the D subshell, correct. Martin, recheck your answer. It's not right. And now it is correct, Martin. Very good. Now it is correct. Now, what I will ask you is to not do any calculation. Rather, you should look at the, you should want to what? Number of orbitals, all of you got here 3. Then for D subshell, you got number of orbitals 5. Okay, so you have 1 orbital, then you have 3 orbitals, then you have 5 orbitals. So number of orbital in F subshell, look at the pattern. Look at the pattern. Yes, very good. Correct. Afnan correct, Nabiha correct, Harsha correct. Yes. अब्दुल्ला, ये आपने स्कूल में सीखा या फिर अभी आपने कैलकुलेट किया? यस अब्दुल्ला, अभी किया ना? ठीक है, इसी तरह से लोग क्या करते हैं? दैट इज कॉमन सेंस। बट आप क्या लिखिएगा, लोग ऐसे लिखाते हैं, ट्रिक लिखिए, ट्रिक ऐसे लिखेंगे। ट्रिक क्या है? ट्रिक ट्रिक लिखाएंगे वो इस तरह से, नंबर ऑफ ऑर्बिटल for a given value of AQN L is equal to 2 into L plus 1. ये भी कोई ट्रिक है? इट्स जस्ट कॉमन सेंस, बट ठीक है, तो हम लोग इसको रिमार्क्स में लिखते हैं इस तरह से। Number of orbitals for a given value of AQN, it is equal to how much? It is equal to 2 into L plus 1. 2 into L plus 1. Now, another remark that you can see is that in all of the above, values of M, if you look at the values of M, it is 0, it is -1, 0 or +1. Okay, here it will be -2, -1, 0, +1, +2. So in this case, you can see that the values of M, it is either equal to L or it is less than L. It is never greater than L. And it is always less than L or it is equal to L. Okay, so please write the value of M. That is magnetic quantum number. Should always be less than or equal to L, that is AQN. ठीक है, तो इंपॉर्टेंट के पॉइंट हमको क्या पता चला? That M, the value of M, it is always less than or equal to the value of L. ठीक है, so please write this down. And that's it for today. ठीक है, आज के लिए इतना ही. And we will look at the rest of the quantum numbers, we will do some more exercises and we will do some more questions on quantum numbers in the next class that will be on Saturday. Okay. Some of you students will be called for extra classes for the first chapter. Some of you will also be called for extra classes for basic maths. Okay. So right now I have Nabiha and Siddhika. If I hope all of you have my number now, and if you need those basic maths class, then please message me. I will ask the Learnivio team to forward that message to you guys also. Is everything clear? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, please note down your regular batch timings. Okay. So for batch timings, you will not wait for any messages from Learnivio. Okay. And if you look at the pattern of the links that you are going to get for the Zoom meetings, you will get the same link for every class. Chemistry के लिए भी आप हर एक बैच का ना एक लिंक कर देते हैं. So for chemistry class, you will have the same link always. So if the Learnivio team से कुछ कभी कभार ऐसा हो जाएगा, साल में एक बार ऐसा हो जाएगा कि आपको शायद मैसेज ना जाता, ठीक है ना? हमने भेजना था, let us suppose we had to send it to मोहम्मद यासिर of C1, हमने मोहम्मद यासिर of C2 को भेज दिया, ठीक है? सो कभी कभार इस तरह के कुछ मिस्टेक्स हो सकते हैं टीम से. दे आर ऑल ह्यूमंस राइट नाउ. अभी तो चैट जीपीटी नहीं इन्वॉल्व हुआ है इन सब चीजों में ना, व्हाट्सएप के मैसेज भेजने में. सो कुछ एरर्स आ सकते हैं. तो बैच टाइमिंग्स में आप क्या कीजिएगा, इफ यू डोंट गेट एनी मैसेजेस देन प्लीज रीजॉइन फ्रॉम द प्रीवियस सैटरडे और संडे लिंक, या आप हमें मैसेज कर दीजिएगा, सर कोई क्लास की मैसेज नहीं है, क्लास नहीं है क्या आज, इस तरह से हमें मैसेज कर दीजिएगा, ठीक है? देन आई विल रिप्लाई. सो बैच टाइमिंग्स क्या है? बैच टाइमिंग है आपकी सैटरडे एंड संडे. It is 9 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and which corresponds to 6:30 p.m. KSA time. ठीक है? Clear? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. Now, after each class, you guys will have a test which will of 5 questions. ठीक है? उन 5 सवालों को आप आंसर करना. That will be based on the
And
topic that has been taught. Yes. Now, just after the class, Abhi. Okay. That will be based on what? That will be based completely on the topic that you have been taught right now. Now, one more thing that is for all the new joinees, जिनका ये पहला क्लास है और जिनका ये दूसरा क्लास है, उन सभी के लिए एक बात ये है, and if you have made an account in